Hey girlies, don't you want to see Dylan Carlino live? He's on tour. Go and see him. Here are his tour dates. Oklahoma City, October 30th through November 1st. Phoenix, Arizona, November 6th through the 8th. Richmond, Virginia, November 14th and 15th. Appleton, Wisconsin, November 28th and 29th. Austin, Texas, December 18th through the 20th. Louisville, Kentucky, January 9th and 10th. Fort Wayne, Indiana, January 22nd through the 24th. Tacoma, Washington, January 30th and 31st. Spokane, Washington, February 1st. And Tulsa, Oklahoma, January 5th through the 7th.
If I was a girl, I'd run the city, kissing boys in the street, hiking up my mini. Back in high school, would have been the girl to beat. Football player's number on my cheek, cheating on him with his best friend Pete. Small town moms calling me fast, but I rode him slow in the backseat. It would have been a blast, feeling girly and Shirley. You know all of this is made up, cause I'm just a gay guy who's a little high, feeling a little girly, feeling a little girly.
Welcome to Feelin Girlie. I'm your host, Dylan Carlino. Hi, girls. Welcome to the Feelin Girlie podcast. To all my tier 1 and tier 2 girl and gay leanos, I really appreciate you guys being here. I know in the last episode, I very quickly said you will not see the studio. You will not see the studio again. Sorry. But I have decided to go to New York for 2 weeks. And so I messaged Ariel and was like, get over here, stat. We need to do some extra episodes. And so the week after this, you'll see the new studio. But we did just want to come back on here and have fun and have a good time. And also, I think, readjust expectations about the podcast, because something did happen in last week's episode, whether you caught it or not. We did mention talking about Charlie Kirk, and then there really was no discussion about Charlie Kirk. And I can see Ariel's eyes getting nervous right now, because she did text me last night and say, like, because the Jimmy Kimmel thing happened yesterday, which, by the way, if you are like totally okay with the Jimmy Kimmel being taken off the air, you are an absolute psych. This is like crazy that people are being taken off the air for, by the way, not even that bad of a joke. It's really, really scary that our government is getting involved, like North Korea, in our entertainment and like silencing people. And I think I saw another video about like Florida coming after people's licenses for jokes that they've made and things like that. Yeah. It's like we're living in, this is the beginning of like a fascist regime. And if you don't agree with that, then you are on the wrong side. I hate to be like that. But we're not going to talk too much about Charlie Kirk, because we ended up last night, Ariel texted me and she was like, I'm really nervous about all the stuff we talked about Charlie Kirk on. And I was like, wait, I'm scared too. And very last minute, after the episode had already been uploaded and ready to go, Ariel took it down and re-edited all of it out, because we both got really scared. And maybe you would be thinking, wow, you guys are cowards. And you're like, yeah, I'm a coward. I don't need video proof of me, because what I said wasn't revolutionary, and it also wasn't particularly that funny. I think all I said was nobody deserves to die, but he was still an asshole. And we're keeping it in this time. And also, we were very interested in not interested, but like what's going on with Candace Owens right now is also very entertaining to watch, and I can't wait to see what this looks like going forward. As Candace Owens is so interesting to me, because every time she's about to say something that I agree with, I'm like, oh my God, Candace is finally, and then she makes it Catholicism, and I'm like, I'm out. Like, you get so Catholicism so quickly. Ariel's getting so uncomfortable, because being like, I don't want to have to take this out again. You were nervous too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's people. Normally, if we were living in normal times, I would never edit things out or like censor myself like that. But we are not living in normal times, and I am afraid of people. Especially, we live in Texas, and like God only knows. Like, it's very easy to find out where people live. Yeah. And I'm not interested in people finding out where me and my little boy Miller live, and my gorgeous lesbians and their dogs. And I have publicly stated that Ariel lives in walking feet from my house, so they'll come over and kill me and then come over and kill Ariel right afterwards. And that's what we were scared of, and we're being targeted. No, I'm just kidding, but it is unprecedented times that we're living in. But to redo expectations, it's not that I feel like I agree with so much of what people are putting online right now. I can watch something and watch someone talk so eloquently and like in such a smart way about politics and like agree with them, but I don't have the words to like make it sound good. And so part of me feels like I will sit here and be like, I'm totally not okay with anything that's going on. But at the same time, this show is not the show that's going to be like your news outlet. You know what I mean? Because I'm not, my brain doesn't work like that. And so I repost, like if you want to look at my reposts, I repost a lot what other people are saying. And I'm listening to a lot of, honestly, I think a great way to get your news is, and I talk about her all the time, Corinne Fisher's Without a Country. I think that is an incredible source of information from the news. And I really agree with almost every single thing Corinne ever says. So I would say check that out. And that's how I feel as well. I just don't, I want to because I did get a couple of messages from people being like, you need to talk about the Charlie Kirk thing. And I was like, why? I'm a gay guy who makes videos about pretending what my life would be like as a woman. Why? Because I have a lot of followers, do I need to be speaking out about this? And I will on the podcast, but I don't want... This podcast is supposed to be fun relationship advice, and I feel like when we all get bogged down with, and also it is important to talk about, which is why we're talking about it right now, but when it's like everything is so political, like right before the show, we were like, all right, what are some fun things we can talk about on the podcast? And both of our feeds are just like political, which I agree is so important during these times because like we all should be talking about what's going on. But at the same time, it's like I don't feel smart enough to talk about it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I feel
like,
the same way.
I can watch somebody else like Olivia Pope the shit out of a speech about why this is wrong and agree and repost it. But the minute I try to do it, I'm like, I don't know, like he's ugly. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't make any sense. And so I did just kind of want to say that. And and I'm sorry if you guys are disappointed in me. And that's my stance. My stance is that I agree with Corinne Fisher and I don't know how to talk about it myself. But also the Jimmy Kimmel thing is really, really scary. And that's from a major network. And
they took down someone else, Colbert.
Oh, yeah, Colbert. Absolutely. Yeah, like this is just the beginning and hopefully we can stop it. But if you're not worried about this, you should be in censorship. And I was thinking the other day, if we all get put into internment camps, no, it's a genuine fear because it's like they're really, I mean, the Christian nationalists are like really up in arms and trying to get some stuff done. And like, you know what my biggest fear about being in the internment camps are?
What kind of camp? What
internment.
Is that word? What is that?
Like Holocaust type camps.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because that's what they'll probably want us to all be in like free labor and working as slaves.
That's so...
But my biggest fear about being in the internment camps, I know Ariel's getting so,
crying.
I know she's so nervous. Your nails, you can't get your nails done at the camps. Luckily, you're in a straight relationship and you're mostly white, so you and Josh will be able to be like low class citizens, and you'll have to pretend to be Christian for a little bit, but you'll get through it. You know what I mean? Me and the lesbians, we're going straight to the camps, and they're not gonna. I have videos of me talking about sucking cock on the internet on. There are hours of me on podcasts talking about sucking cock. It's like I'm going straight to the camps. I do think that I'll get special treatment from the other guards because I think they will like me because even Republicans have always liked me. They think I'm one of the good ones. And I... That's been my entire life. It's just being in small towns, being like, I don't like gay people, but you're pretty cool. And that's not a badge of honor. That's just... how it is. I think that's the power of being funny. But my biggest fear about being in the internment camps, if the Christian nationalist gets what they want, is, they're going to separate us by gender, and I'm going to be with the boys the whole time. That sucks, Ariel. All I want to be is with the girls. And I think that I genuinely am like, when I think about being in the camps, I forget that I'm not going to be with all the girls and I'm going to be with the guys. And then that makes it so much worse because I'm like, I want to be with the girls. I know we're all having like really bad times, but like, I just feel like they should make an exception for gay guys who want to hang out with the girls because I think, I don't know.
I'm going to have a panic attack.
I'm sorry.
This can't happen. There is no way this can happen.
You mean this can't happen again?
Yes.
It's already happened once in history.
Yeah. I mean, I believe that it can, but like, aren't there people like trying to like stop this from happening?
Yeah, but it's like they have everything.
The whole government is corrupt.
Why
would they want this to happen? Like, why would they want that?
See, that's what I thought too. I go, in a capitalist society, it's like you need people to be buying stuff, and so you would think that they would, but then I realized, then someone was like pointed out, like, yeah, but then if they put all of us in internment camps, we would just be like working for free, and they could get even more stuff done. Oh my god! I know, it's really scary.
Should we move to like a different country?
Honestly, I people talk about that all the time. I just don't see myself as somebody who, I think I'm somebody who would be like, I didn't go early enough. I just think like I'm always like down to ride it out, and I think that's the problem with me. Like historically, I'm somebody who like waits way too long. Like I'll stay in friendships, relationships, patterns, like states, cities, way too long until I like want to kill myself because I'm like because whenever I feel like, oh, this isn't right for me anymore, I go, we'll give it 2 more years and then find out, and then all of a sudden I'm like, how did I find myself in this situation? It does get less and less and less as I've gotten older, but yeah, like everybody will be in Canada and I'll be like, guys, it's gonna be fine, and then the officers will come to my house. Sometimes I do have this like magic thing in my head where I picture like the fall of the government, and then we escape to the woods. That's always what I go. We escape to the woods, and we're all kind of in clans again. Like we don't like, phones are down, technology is gone, and it's like the rebels against the new Christian nationalists. And I learned how to like ride a horse, and somehow like because of all of this, all the walking and like having to do manual labor, my body is now ripped. So I'm in the woods. I'm like the hottest guy you've ever seen in your entire life. We're fighting the Christian nationalists, but we're also wearing like cool outfits because I think that like soldiers, like we're like soldiers at this point, and obviously I have like some sort of gay love story in the woods or whatever, and we always talk about like, well, remember when I used to be a comedian, but now whatever. And then I love picturing that life.
You love it
because it's like in my mind I'm like ripped, and like I've gotten really good at like bow and arrow, where I like shoot them and then I grab the arrows back because I only have like 7 arrows and I can't lose any of them. And I can picture that for days. And sometimes in them, I'm like in my 40s, 50s, and of course a ripped 50-year-old, and I'm finally like taken in prisoner. And this is sick. This is real sick. And obviously I haven't seen my family in 20 years because of the fall of the government. And I'm in a jail cell, and one of the officers, that name is Carlino. It's one of my nephews. We haven't seen each other since he was a little kid. I'm tearing up. This is like actually such a good movie. And sometimes I like to picture the idea of like my brother being on the other side and me being on this side, but like maybe I get caught and they still let me go. It's a whole thing. But those types of stories, 2 brothers fighting on different wars. Oh, that will really get me going. You don't picture things like this?
I try not to, because it really just like sends me into a panic attack.
Oh, no, not me. I get off on that. I like genuinely like think about like my nephews being on the wrong side of history and like being soldiers, and like me being a prisoner, and then finding out, like us realizing like, oh my God, that's Uncle Dylan I haven't seen in 20 years. And then them letting me go, and then maybe them turning side, and I'm on a horse and I'm like escaping. Oh, that I could write a movie about that.
You should.
I should. Well, I'm writing something right now, but I can't talk about it. I'm really trying to stop talking about things that I want to create, because then I end up just talking about them and never actually creating it, because I think you get the dopamine rush of like, I'm doing something, and it's like you haven't written in days. That's part of why I want to go to New York. My goal of going to New York is, because I'll be in this apartment for like 10 days, is like getting out of Austin and getting a first draft of this thing that I'm writing. And that's like my one goal of being in New York. I'm like, I've kind of been like, I don't care if I don't do shows. I don't care if I don't do this. It's just gonna be me and Miller in this studio apartment. I talked to the girl on FaceTime last night. Actually, a really good price. It's like a mile away from my sister. And like, all I have to do is write this one episode of what I'm doing, and just a first draft. It doesn't even have to be done, but like I have to fully get the first draft done, and I'm like very excited about that, because I was like, that's my only, I just need to get out of here for a little bit, and like be in the East Coast October air and wear jackets and smoke cigarettes, and like I literally don't care if I go to New York City and I do not do a single show for the entire week that I'm there, and I just work on this in this fucking studio apartment in Brooklyn. I just need to like not be around other people, and not like and I love my roommates, obviously they're like a family to me, but I can't like have the expectations of the routine that I have here in this like family dynamic. I need to be like away, and then they're gonna come out to New York, and we're all gonna go back to the Berkshires for a couple of days. Fun. And I'm gonna introduce Miller to my little brother, my nephews, the ones who are gonna be on the wrong side of history and letting me out of a jail cell. And Antonio, and his name's not Antonio, actually that's my brother's name. I have a half brother named Antonio who's 16. I need to text him and see if he got his curl cream, because he has a perm right now. He has the same perm I had earlier. We got them at the same time, unknowingly, brothers, and because all of his friends have perms. All of the kids in high school have perms.
Really?
Yeah, they all have the broccoli cut. And Antonio's so cool. He's like a ton of game, but he's a little asshole. My nephew's names are Luca and Giovanni.
Cute.
Yeah, we're half. Well,
very Italian.
Yeah, well, my brother's wife is 100% Italian, and we are 50% Italian. And my brother, I've talked about this a lot. He's half Irish, half Italian. Has the Irish and Italian flags on his body, and the American flag. He's a real soldier of the nations, of the white nations. Yeah, we were trying to talk about like pop culture and things that are going on, but there really is nothing to talk about other than the political stuff that's going on. And once again, this is not a show where I'm going to be giving you guys news. And I went to Reddit and I saw this and I thought, oh my God, it moves so fast on Reddit. This one says, my husband of 9 years told me he's not attracted to me because of my weight. Which sounds awful, but I thought, great for this show.
Yeah.
That's like my biggest fear is like losing all the weight, getting the skin surgery, and then meeting guys and him being like, I am in love with you. And I'm like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, you wouldn't have loved me when I was fat. Aww. I think that's true though. Men leave their wives when they get cancer. You think they're not going to leave you when you gain 50 pounds. Although I do love a guy who like loves his big wife. I do. I love that. I think it's like that's like real love. Okay. My 39-year-old female, I'm a 39-year-old female. My husband, 43-year-old male of 9 years, told me he's not attracted to me because of my weight. The thing is, I've always been overweight, and I'm actively currently trying and succeeding at losing weight. I cried because my weight is a real sore spot for me already. Oh my God, literally me too. Also, like when you're already overweight, it just feels like if he met you and you were overweight, and he's now like, I'm not attracted because of your weight. It's like, well, you met me this way. And
were
so
you never attracted to me?
Well, men will do that. They'll like marry a woman they're like not attracted to because they like think it's the right time for them to get married. It's like sick. I said I just feel so heartbroken that my own partner doesn't think I'm beautiful. Oh, that is really tough. I couldn't imagine being in a relationship. That's what I mean when I say you girls are like would rather be in shitty relationships than being alone because you've been tricked in your mind to think that being alone is the worst thing in the entire world. No, what I've seen out of most of your relationships is that most of you is the worst possible situation of you being around, obsessed, and with the worst guys I've ever seen in my entire life who are absolute losers, and you don't know any better because you're afraid of being alone when being alone is one of the greatest gifts in the world. And you actually know who you are. Okay. His response was, do you want to be beautiful? Oh my God. She said, I feel like you don't think I'm beautiful. And he said, do you want to be beautiful? That's one of the meanest things ever. Crazy. And then he spoke at length about skin removal surgery. Okay. And of course, Theo is feeling much better. For those who wanted an update, she's feeling much better. You can tell because she's barking at people who are walking by the house. So he then spoke at length about skin removal surgery. I'm baffled. Forgetting attractive preferences. I haven't suddenly put on weight. I've always looked like this. So now I feel like I've been living a lie and honestly wasted my final fertile years of my life on somebody who doesn't appreciate me, who has never appreciated me. Am I going crazy here? Am I oscillating between shame, heartbreak, and fury? Leave him. I like leave him. Like, why would you ever want to be with somebody who never found you attractive?
And says mean things like that to you.
Like, also, I also do get, not on his side, but like there is such like a heartbreaking thing about losing weight because you lose weight and then all of a sudden you're like, great, now I have to get skin removal surgery because it's like arguably worse. Like, I think guys are like, so I actually will say it's like, I think it's less attractive to like be a pile of skin than it is to be overweight. And I think that's what people who are overweight's biggest fear is, where it's like, well, I have people who like me like this now. And if I lose all this weight, I'll have, and the surgery, by the way, is so expensive and not covered by any, like, which is crazy to me. It's not covered by any insurances because they see it as cosmetic procedures, but also you're supposed to be healthy. So you go to the doctor and they're like, lose weight. Then you lose all the weight and then they're like, we're not going to cover the skin removal surgery. It's like, that's insane to me. It should be like illegal, but it's not because everything in America is really fucked up. And in these insurance companies, that's the thing I don't understand is that like we all just complain about like, well, the insurance companies, what if we all stopped paying insurance?
Yeah.
If everybody said, well, why are we paying insurance? And I know that's a luxury that not everybody can have, but all if we all stop paying, no one's willing to risk it. That's the thing, because you're risking your own life, but you are risking your own life regardless, because you're going to get cancer at 48 and they're going to be like, oh, we don't cover that.
Yeah.
So it's like, at what point we just are hoping that we're not the one that doesn't get fucked over by the insurance company when like so many people does. It's fucked up. When it comes for this woman, I would be like, absolutely leave him. The first comment, I love women. You can lose a lot of weight fast by dumping him. I love that's incredible. Someone said, that's right here. You deserve to feel love. My ex once told me she doesn't like the fact that I am broke and my friends are making good money. Well, yesterday I bought a sports car while she's traveling public bus. Okay, well, that's a guy. That has nothing to do with weight. Men are so crazy. They see one conversation and they like make it all about them. Someone said, perhaps it's true what he says, but it doesn't really matter. What matters, why is he bringing it up now? A friend of mine started equally complaining about things he had been fine with for a decade. 3 months later, his wife had found him on Tinder, and that crisis cannot be resolved by you. That is so true. I think guys will be like, it's not a problem, but then they start cheating or the other things come up, and now all of a sudden it's a problem. Men are horrific to be around. Have you ever had weight issues?
My whole life, my weight has fluctuated. I used to be like 20 to 30 pounds heavier, like my whole life.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How'd that make you feel?
I never felt like comfortable or confident in my body.
Really? Ever?
Yeah. No.
What about now?
Now I do. Now I feel cute. But
I know. I've never. Listen, I'll die being like, I could have lost more weight. It's so embarrassing. I like these Reddit stories. I think they're fun. Okay, this one says, me, 26 female, boyfriend, 26 male, of 3 months, sent boundaries that my friend group doesn't agree with. That's interesting. I feel like it's hard when you're in a really I haven't read any of this, but I feel like it's tough when when you're in your 20s and you have like a really strong friend group, and then you get a new boyfriend and they don't jive with that friend group, and then all of a sudden they kind of, anytime a guy's kind of like, your friends are toxic, I'm like, oh, he's trying to isolate you. But let's read this because I think it might be interesting. Hi, Reddit. Never thought I'd be on here asking for advice, but here I am. Side note, you'll never catch me on Reddit asking for advice. I can figure out everything myself. But here I am. Throwaway account. For context, my friend group consists of 3 women and 5 men. Already, I actually don't like that. What? 3 women and 5 guys. There should always well, in your 20s when you're in those toxic friend groups, I genuinely believe that those are always toxic. I think when it comes to friend groups, it needs to be equal parts men and women, or more women than men. Whenever there's more men than women, I think that, not to be like crazy, I think power dynamics kind of get crazy. And then you just have like extra guys falling in love with multiple girls, and it's just sick. Okay. We all met at work a couple of years ago and have gotten super close this past year. We talk almost every day and go out to clubs all of a sudden I'm like, am I a bad person? I don't have this.
I never had this.
I have had friend groups. It's usually all girls, but I have friend groups now, but I don't like respond. I'm also the person who doesn't respond in group chats. Too. Like I'll be to the point where like I think they just like make new group chats with me and them because I never respond, or I'm always like, wait, what's everybody talking about? Like I don't read anybody's text messages. So I don't think I'm a person who's good at these types of friendships. I love one-on-one, or like a couple of us, or like every once in a while us all getting together, but like that constant friend group hang I found to always be really toxic and leads me to be the worst version of myself. But every day and go out to the clubs pretty often. Okay, I don't like that. Everyone in this group has long-term partners except one man. Let's call him Liam. I had gotten out of a long-term relationship early last year, so me and Liam hooked up about 4.5 months ago. It was just casual on my end, but our friend group always made jokes about him liking me. Oh, Liam's in love with you. It never went any further than that one time. About 3.5 months ago, I was introduced to my now boyfriend by another friend in the group. Let's call him Joe. We hit it off instantly. I feel like I've known this man for years. My family loves him. We get along so great and have been hanging out ever since. My problem lies here. Joe and my now boyfriend have known each other for years. Joe told my now boyfriend that how me and Liam hooked up. This obviously made my boyfriend uncomfortable. I get that.
I thought Joe was the now boyfriend.
Joe is one of the guys in the No. So she met her now boyfriend through one of the guys in the friend group who's Joe, and she had sex with Liam. I know it's confusing. Made my boyfriend uncomfortable, which I kind of get. Yeah. You're all of a sudden around a guy that used to, men are like, don't like that kind of stuff. I don't, I think in gay world, you kind of have to be fun because everybody's kind of fucked everybody because there's less of us. But if you're in a friend group and you're like, oh, here are all my friend groups, that's the one single guy, I did fuck him. You know what I mean? Like, it's just awkward. With me being around him or us hanging around him as a group, he tried to hang out one time, but he said he couldn't get past it. Okay, I do think that's a little bit of a bitch. He is asked to set a boundary that I don't hang out with Liam, but he doesn't care about me hanging out with the rest of the group. Well, you can't exclude this one guy because you fucked him and you got a new boyfriend. But at the same time, you guys have only been close for a year, so I'm like, who cares? Now the group is upset with me and wants to cut me off / stop hanging out with me if Liam can't be there too. I'm with them. I don't think that you have the power to be like, I'm not, Liam can't come because you got a boyfriend. I think that instead of you being like, okay, let's all do this without Liam, it's like, well, then I won't go. If that's like your choice, you and your boyfriend are making that choice together, then I think you have to be the one to be like, I'm not going to go. Now they think he's being controlling and that I should choose them over somebody I've only known for a little while. If roles were reversed, I would understand setting a boundary, but I don't know if I'm just being blinded by my relationship and how great he is. Any advice is appreciated. I don't know. I think it would be more controlling if he was like, I don't like that if you didn't have sex with Liam and then you were like, I don't think you should be hanging out with him. But I think you did have sex with this single guy in the group who you guys all like hang out and like watch movies together and do stuff with. I do get your boyfriend being like, I'm just supposed to be okay with you hooking up with a guy who, by the way, like probably is like in love with you and that you kind of just fucked casually, which there's nothing wrong with that. But like you kind of knew he had feelings for you, which is why when you guys broke up, you went right to him to have a casual sex because you didn't really have to work for it. You knew you could just go right to him. Once again, it's harder to explain all of this stuff without seeing what everybody looks like. But do you think that's controlling?
I don't know.
Well, it's like, what if Josh was hanging out with a group of people and a girl he used to have sex with was there?
I mean, yeah, I'm a very jealous person.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. I try to but I'm also very self-aware and I try to like not be toxic and unreasonable, you know what I mean? But I mean, I probably would feel some type of way. But if it's like a group thing, like, and I trust him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like they're hanging out like one-on-one.
I actually do agree with that. I think if it is in a group thing, but then it's kind of like everybody else is like in a relationship and then it's like Liam's just there being like, remember when we used to fuck?
Yeah, if he's acting weird.
But at the same time, it's like men have to grow up and realize that their girlfriends have had sex with other people. But so many guys have such a hard time with that.
Yeah.
And I don't know because I'm not part of the straight Olympics. So I don't know what all of your those like crazy rules are where it's like you're not allowed to see the last person you have sex with. So to me, it doesn't seem controlling, but I also think it's crazy to get upset with this. But I don't know. It's crazy to read a full Reddit story and be like, I actually don't know what I think.
What are the comments?
Oh yeah, let's see what the comments what do you want to do? Give up your friend group for a guy you barely know or keep your friends and give up a guy you barely know? Those are your options. I recommend sticking with the friend group. They've only been friends for a little bit. They're all work friends.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the other thing though. Like if she gives that up, that's all of her friends probably.
Yeah.
That's probably her whole ecosystem of friendships.
Friends are like more important, kind of, right?
I don't know. When you're 26, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I'm actually going on this side. This guy's being weird.
I feel
but
like
she said he
info.
I know. And she doesn't give it. But but at the same time, she has no other friends. These are her friend groups. I'm trying to think, like, is it worth it? Because she was like, he feels like family to me. But also girls are like, they meet a guy and they're like, he feels like family. I'm like, he literally hit you. Sorry, but like, they're like, he's my everything. I'm like, he's abusing you. You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about?
Those jump in really fast.
Those do jump in really fast.
Yeah.
Someone else said, not many people would be comfortable with you still hanging out with somebody you slept with a month before getting into a relationship with them. Who your friend group has teased you about him being into you more than a friend. You need to set some boundaries with yourself here. But no, most people would not be comfortable with this situation. Wow. Can a middle ground be struck around Liam and you being present, but you do not drink, smoke, or otherwise? This is so much work to just hang out with somebody that you know from work.
Yeah.
I don't like this. What about this one? This one's from a guy. Should we do a little guy thing that says, my 34-year-old female girlfriend might have cheated on me? Maybe she did. Okay, my girlfriend went on a camping trip this past weekend with her best friend. She went MIA the whole day, which could be due to the network issues on the ground. When she returned, she casually mentioned that a previous ex she barely dated showed up and they spent 5 minutes around a fire with around other people. I felt weird about this, so I did some digging, and it was very intensely passionate relationship that never went anywhere because he wasn't interested in anything long distance. I messaged the guy asking, huge problem. Number one, you think guys are going to tell you, oh yeah, I fucked your girlfriend at the campsite? No, he's going to lie. Guys don't tell each other the truth about that kind of stuff. I mean, like, it's different, I think, when it's like a hey girly message. It's like, oh, did something else happen? And really, depending on if that girl's a girl's girl, she'll tell you the truth. But like, number one, 100% your girlfriend who went MIA on a camping trip with no network service bumped into a guy that she was crazy passionate about. That sounds like a toxic friend group that had a secret camping trip that she lied to you about and just said she was going out with one guy. And I messaged the guy asking if anything worth mentioning happened this weekend. Days later, he messaged my girlfriend, your boyfriend messaged me. I'm not going to respond. I'm not trying to get involved with anything too complicated. You cheated with me. Hope all is well. She's still denying it. Please tell me I'm reading too much into it. No, buddy, you're a pussy. She absolutely cheated on you. I bet that other guy is so hot. I bet I can feel it. I can feel how hot, because he looked it up and he was like, oh my God. Someone commented and said, sounds like, yep, she cheated. Everybody's just like, on a scale of 1 to she cheated, she definitely cheated. Oh my God, that's so funny. That's crazy. Women are usually so much better at cheating though. Her mistake was telling him that he was on the camping trip.
Yes, maybe she didn't cheat, because why would
she absolutely did, because I guarantee you she was like, I'm just going to tell him I ran into him, because she was probably feeling guilty that she had sex, because she was like, I didn't fully lie. I said I ran into him. I didn't say that his cock went inside me, but I did say that I saw him. My 50-year-old husband wants to divorce me because I got a tattoo. This is actually way too long, and just break up with your husband. I mean, that's crazy. I'm not going to read that. It was so long. 10-month situationship talk, 35-year-old female. Losers. What kind of 35-year-olds are in situationships? Grow the fuck up and date each other. I'm in a situationship. What are you, 19 on Snapchat texting? It's crazy. All right, let's read it quick. What are we at time-wise?
30.
Okay. Hey girls, this is what happens when you don't send in emails. Okay, I'm on Reddit reading their bullshit stories. I, 35-year-old female, and partner, 35-year-old male, have been in situationships. Lovers, friends with benefit, not exclusive at least, for 10 months or so. Could you imagine being with somebody that you want to be in a relationship with, situationship-wise, for 10 months? You should be in the talking stage for 3 months max before you're having relationship conversations. It's crazy to be like, you're not in a situationship. You have a guy that comes over and fucks you and is never going to be your boyfriend for 10 months. That's what's happening here, and he'll meet a girlfriend and he'll immediately wife her up. Wake up, bitch. Okay. Oh, I know, probably too long to hope it would turn into something more meaningful. However, here we go. However, I do have a sneaking suspicion that he secretly likes me. No, guys would know. Guys immediately know if they want you to be their girlfriend, and they ask you. If he's fucking you for 10 months and not making you his girlfriend, he sees you as a girl he can just fuck. Okay. However, I recently asked him what he thought about us. I wanted to gauge if he saw some sort of future. Before you judge, I know 10 months is considered a long time to determine a relationship material. This is my first attempt at romance after getting divorced. Oh, okay. Well, then I feel bad for yelling. I wanted to take my time to get to know somebody. I've been trying to adopt the dating world since I became single. So I feel like I'm relearning myself as well. Anyways, I already felt like I had gotten to walk on eggshells to bring up the talk, which I know probably isn't a good sign, but I digress. He said he wasn't really sure what he thought things were going to and wasn't there yet in terms of feelings. Run. If a guy tells you he's not there yet after 10 months in terms of feelings, he will never be there. If he tells you that after 6 months, he will never be there. Guys don't change their mind. Guys know immediately when they meet you if you're somebody that they're going to date, fall in love with, or possibly marry. Or he's put you in the box of, this is a girl that I fuck, and he's definitely fucking other girls. I gave him the space to talk. He doesn't need space. You've given him enough. You've given him your pussy. You don't need to give him space to talk. He doesn't want to talk. He just wants to fuck you, and that's it. Am I being mean?
No.
Okay. He then kind of deflects how I felt to there's too much therapy speak going on. I was like, I really gave him the time to speak. Babe, you work in HR. You don't have to give him time to speak. I don't initiate enough conversations or activities outside the bedroom because I told him how we are mostly physical with each other, or he just comes to my place to hang out. We occasionally go to hang out with his friends, but usually when it's convenient for him. It's important that I add that there was a time a couple of months ago that I often asked to go do something or hang out, and he would either be really busy or just not reply in a timely manner. You know, he saw it. He just didn't. He's not, babe. He saw it. She was like, "Do you want to play volleyball today?" He's like, "I'm really busy. I can come over at 1 a.m. to fuck you, though." Like, that's it. Like, what is wrong with you? Let's see. I also recently bought him a birthday present. Huge mistake. Okay, I feel bad for you because you just got divorced, and so you don't really know how the dating game works, I'm assuming, unless you were only married for a year. You have no idea what's going on dating wise. You do not buy this guy a birthday present. I'm sure he was like, and by the way, when you bought him a birthday present, he should have executed the relationship quickly. But you know what I mean? Like, really a kind killing. He should have been like, this should be over. He should not keep fucking you after you gave him a birthday present. I bought him food as well. Okay, well, whatever. I like to compliment him when I genuinely think he's attractive, so I do show my affection outside the bedroom in small ways. I also feel dejected after him rejecting my bids for time, so I learned to just let him lead. You're not letting him lead, you're just letting him come over and fuck you. Hi, Brielle. How are you? My roommate's staring at me through the glass. I'm like, what's going on?
Just an observer.
Amazing. Don't look at me. So let's see. So I was confused as to why he thought I never initiated to hang out. No, he wasn't confused. He doesn't want to date you or hang out with you. He just likes fucking you. So many of you girls need to hear that. He doesn't like you. I know that sounds mean. He doesn't like you. Wake up, bitch. Okay. He doesn't text you back. He only texts you in the middle of the night to come over and fuck you. And you're like, oh my God, I think he thinks I'm like really special. No, he's horny and his dick's hard. And then after he comes, he leaves and he goes, why did I do that? I know it sounds mean, but you need to hear it. He also said in the past he's gone on dates and activities with other girls that he dated. Yeah, because he's not dating you. He's just fucking you. That really hurt to hear. And as he never once asked me on a date, I never wanted to convey that I was only in it for the dates, but him as a person. I feel like I was good enough for sex, but not to go out. But that's the expectations that you make when you allow, like, it's like, why would he date you when you're just having sex with him? He doesn't have to date you. These other girls, and not saying that like you need to date to have sex, or that sex is something that like is supposed to be earned or worth or something like that. But like, he's a horny guy and you are giving him everything that he wants, which is like he can come over basically whenever he wants, and you like buy him birthday gifts and cook him food, and then you fuck him, and then he gets to leave and never take you on dates or to play volleyball with you or activities that you want to do. So why would he do that? I feel bad saying it, but some of these girls need to know.
I mean, she's probably never going to hear it, so.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? There's a girl right here watching this who I guarantee is in the exact same position. And guess what, bitch? I'm talking to you. In conclusion, I understand that he's not feeling it like I am. I've developed feelings over these months of just hanging out and sleeping together. In anyone's experience, does this sound like a dead end, or some people? Yeah, I'm done reading this. It's a dead end. It's done, bitch. Yeah. I just feel bad for people.
Poor girl, yeah.
I know it's hard because she has no idea that she's making huge mistakes. Yeah. Sorry, I'm like looking at all this stuff. Should we read an email from one of our actual listeners?
Yeah, are there any more?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Plop, plop, plop. All right, let's go here. And then, is anything making you feel girly this week? I know that you're alone.
No, not really. I still feel like shit.
You still feel like shit?
Yeah, I'm just like really tired. I don't know. My hair is oily. It's up in this headband. I don't know. I don't feel cute.
You're gorgeous, Ariel.
Thank you.
You're gorgeous. I think you're just been alone for a little bit and you're feeling kind of crazy about it. I think that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. And like the dogs are like overwhelming me.
You got to get rid of the dogs.
Yes.
One of
I've
them.
done dog sitting tomorrow.
Yeah, it's actually, I'm like nervous about traveling with I'm like nervous about bringing Miller on the plane.
Is this your first time doing that?
I've never done. Have you ever traveled with a dog?
No.
I know, but I see people doing it, and he's a little baby dog.
Small.
Yes.
Did you have to buy a seat for him?
No,
Or
I
he
can
goes
put him
under?
underneath.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have to.
You have a carrier that fits underneath, I assume.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to buy a first class ticket because I'm gonna need the leg room.
You're gonna have to.
I have to, and I'm not buying it for me. I'm buying it for Miller.
Exactly.
And I just think that that's kind of like me, and that's what I need. I am gonna have to check a bag, which I never do. I always do carry on, but like for New York and the Berkshires, I'm gonna be gone for like 3 weeks. So I was like, oh, I have to get a check, and then also they'll have all the dog stuff and all that kind of stuff. So, it's happening.
Yeah, checking bags stresses me out. I usually put an air tag in them.
I've never done it.
You've never checked a bag?
I've never checked a bag.
Oh.
I've like at the gate, they've like taken our bags and been like, they're being
Right.
checked.
Yeah.
I've never like gone up and then like, I don't know how to do it.
It's so funny. It is like way more inconvenient when you have to check a bag because you have to wait in that it's always like the longest line ever. Right when you get into the airport, you have to wait, and then they or you have to like self tag or whatever. It's a whole thing. I hate doing it.
But I guess I started feeling like the freedom of like, oh my God, though I won't have my carry on in the bag, and I'll just have me, Miller, and my backpack.
Yeah, that is nice. You don't have to worry about it the whole time you're in the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is that.
So I think that's great for me.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that. I'm just nervous about. I'm gonna give him medication. I think.
Like anxiety meds.
Yeah, like gabapentin. That's the vet offered, and so I'm gonna pick that up. But if you guys have any,
like calm, is that what it'll do?
yeah, or like knock him out or something.
Oh, okay.
He's so sweet though.
Yeah,
He's
but
been waking me up. I actually, tell me what you guys think about this. Like I have to move his crate out of my bedroom because they work you. These dogs fucking work you.
Yeah.
Like they know that's my roommates were telling me, they're like, you gotta stop because he now is waking me up 5 times a night to go outside.
Because he knows you'll do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like to the point where like I will take, like I let him, like I came home last night at like 11:30. I get him out of the crate. I go outside before I go to bed. I let him go to the bathroom. He wakes me up at 12:45. An hour later. I go, you don't have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
He just doesn't want to be in the crate.
Yeah.
And I have too much like, oh my God, my baby has to go potty, that I get up and take him out. We're now at the point though where he cries and barks to wake me up. And then I get up and I open the crate and he just lays there.
Yeah.
And I go, what are you doing? You just barked to get me up, and I go, come on. And he like won't walk out of the crate. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, oh, you just wanted to what? Make eye contact for a little bit? And my roommate's a masked lesbian who has a bike, so that you're hearing that right now. Normally she's at work right now. What are we revving the engine? Do you guys hear that? I wonder if you can hear this.
That's so funny.
And so I have to move his crate out of my room because I will.
Sorry.
I get up at 6:30 in the morning.
You should.
It's like not that long.
Do you cover it?
No.
Maybe cover it.
You think I should cover it?
You could try that and see if it works.
Yeah.
So you don't have to remove him. Because putting him in a different room would make me sad. It's probably fine.
It made me so
It
sad.
would make me sad. So maybe just try covering it and then
Okay, I'm
I
gonna
see you.
Yeah, you're right. I just want to get him to a point where I can sleep with him in my bed.
Yeah, you
But
will.
I know, but we're just not there yet, and I have to
Puppy
be.
phase is brutal.
No one talks about it.
It's brutal.
I was thinking about this because when I first got him, have you ever heard of the puppy blues?
Yes.
I immediately when I got the puppy, I started getting videos about the puppy blues, and I was like, thank God these videos, because I would like look at him when I first got him.
You like regret. You're like, why did I even do this?
Literally, I was like,
Right?
they're like,
Yeah.
it's okay if you don't feel fully bonded to them at first, or whatever. It takes time, and I was like, I think I made a huge mistake getting this dog. Like, why? Now I'm like, oh, I'm obsessed with this dog, but like, it is a lot of work. But for the first month, I was like, secretly, I didn't tell anybody about it because it sounds like a bad person, but I was like, I think I'm like really regretting getting this dog.
It's normal. 'Cause
Okay.
It's such a big commitment, and it's more exhausting than you are expecting. And then you're not bonded yet, and they're just like an asshole. They're trying to like learn how, like, what you are going to allow and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they're like just pushing your buttons. They're peeing everywhere.
Yeah.
You have to let them out all the time. They're barking. They're literally assholes. Like, even Hazel, who's really sweet, she was an asshole when she was a puppy.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because she's like such a sweet derp now.
And now it's so easy, right?
Yeah, now it's really
I know. I
easy.
can't wait till he gets a little bit older to be just like, I know he's gonna be so chill. Right now, he's like constantly.
Yeah.
All right, I did find an email.
Okay.
This one says deranged brother-in-law. fun. Okay. Hi, Dylan, tier 1 girly here. You know, I love my tier 1 girls. Okay. I just wanted to say I absolutely love you. Listening to your podcast put me in the best mood when I'm feeling down. I'll be at night one of your Houston show. Oh my God. Thank you so much. If you're watching this, thank you so much for coming. I'm bringing 3 friends and we already got our VIP table. Okay. Amazing. So this isn't going to be a fun story email, but okay, great. Thanks for the setup. But I'd love your advice. Some background. I'm a 32-year-old and I have a twin sister, Sarah. Sarah and I aren't really close. You're going to love some of the material that I'm doing on stage. Aren't really close. She's really religious and a homebody. I'm the opposite. I love to go out and party socialize. She's married and has 1 kid and another on the way. Our convos are very surface level usually. Oh, wow. To be a twin and
crazy.
I know. My dad's a twin and him and his twin, they're not close either.
Oh, wow.
I do a whole jokes about it, but it is interesting to be a twin and be like,
well, twins are just siblings born in the same.
Depends if they're fraternal or identical, because if they're
Right.
identical, they were in the same
Yeah.
sack. But like still,
It's rare, I think,
it
to
is
be
rare.
identical.
I know. I hate fraternal twins. Our combos are very surface. It's like we're twins and like you guys don't look alike.
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
No one cares.
No one cares. I only care if you're identical. And then if you're identical, I think you're a fucking freak. Unless you're twin hot guys. There's actually twin hot guys. What inspired if I was a girl, I would date twins. That went like mega viral was I met twin coffee shop guys who were straight and they saw me and they're like, we love you. And I was like, that's crazy. And the next day I made if I was a girl, I'd date twins for them. In Portland. Okay. So I don't really think she's okay. Our convos are very surface level. I really don't think that she's got a close girlfriend she can talk to. Yeah, that's what religion's like. They're like, don't get close to the girls. You guys will all start talking about like abortions and stuff. We've got another sister who is younger and a lesbian, so they are even less close. I try to see her and my niece when I can, but she's very particular about when my family members and I can come over. I probably see her twice a month, even though we live 15 minutes apart. That's tough. Her husband, James, lost his job back in April. He's 35 and lived at home till they got married. Yikes. He sounds religious. My sister works full-time at the church. Yikes. Okay, I don't like your sister. I bet she would not like my show. Also has a side business. So she's been carrying all the financial weight while pregnant. That's tough. He's been known to have a temper. Ooh,
Oh, God.
religious, lived with parents, has a temper, not good. Side story, a few years ago, he went off on me because I didn't want to discuss the Bible with him. Oh, he sounds fun. Oh, wow. Screaming at you. Oh, wow. This sounds like a real Christian thing to do, to discuss the Bible. He yelled at me in front of my sisters and my son in my own house, saying he never wanted to see me again. It was insane. I could never imagine my boyfriend doing that to her, and I wouldn't put up with it if he did. My poor sister was just quiet and embarrassed. That's the religion. They go, she has to submit to her man.
Yeah.
That's your man reading his Bible, screaming at your family members. I mean, it's sick. That's what people are like, why won't you be religious? I go, take a breath. You're screaming about a book that was fake. It's like literally like, you might as well just said like, yeah, like that's like me screaming. It's basically the same about me like screaming at a teenage girl to read the Pretty Little Liars novel.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Both are made up, bitch. Okay. Anyways, I guess not having a job really got to him. That for the alpha mask men, when they lose their job and they can't provide for their man and they have a temper, they take their aggression out on their wives and kids because they feel less like a man, and the only person they can abuse and control is the woman near them. Sarah opened up to us in June saying James was in a psych ward for a week. Oh my God. She told religious people always go to the psych ward because they already believe delusions. She told, I'm sorry if I'm making fun of your brother-in-law, but he sounds deranged, as you said. She told us he has acute psychosis. Basically, he couldn't distinguish reality from whatever was going on in his head. Started out by saying his coffee had tobacco in it. Whoa. He's then turned him into thinking he wrote the Bible. You know what's so funny about religious people and like those type of, they always go from craziness to like, I actually am God. Like isn't that interesting that mental illness immediately goes to I am God?
I mean, I feel like you have to be mentally ill to like be that religious already.
I know, but I actually love the idea. Like I kind of I am jealous of people who can become manic and be like, I actually wrote the Bible. You know what I mean? Because it's so not true. But like to really believe that, to like walking around being like, I'm somebody who wrote the Bible, is like, all I can say is like, I'm the guy who makes the If I Was a Girl videos. Not that great, but like if I really
But you
believe
have that like confidence.
the
and
confidence to
self-love.
like really believe like, did I write the Bible? is so good. Would say things like the Bible, this world has, then turned to him thinking he wrote the Bible. He would say things like, the Bible this world has isn't the right one. I would say, I actually agree with him there. Yeah. He said he was God, but that we are all God. So you know what's interesting about people who are having mental illnesses? I actually do think there's a little piece of God in all of us, and that when people kind of lose it, they tap into that and they're like, wait, I am God. And it's like, you're missing the overall message because you're like Christian or whatever. But like, yes, we are all God. God is within all of us. There's an old thing that I heard Elizabeth Gilbert say one time, that God, what God does is that he makes humans, and then he puts a little piece of God in all of us, but he hides it so that you never think it's there. And then when you accidentally find it, you're like, oh my God, but then you immediately forget every single time you find it. Because you know those moments that you like are like, oh my God, of course, I know what everything means. Right. And then like 15 minutes later, you're like, fuck, I stubbed my toe. You go right. You can't ever stay in that. And I do think that that's what their thing. Okay. She said he was God, but that we were also all God. He even called her boss a pastor at the church and was telling the pastor all this. Well, that's great. Based on if I was God, I would also be like, I should probably call a pastor. They need to know I'm back. Based on my research, I think he was actually diagnosed with schizophrenia. I also think there's more my sister isn't telling us. Of course, there's more your sister isn't telling us. She was bought into a lie, married a guy, did everything that she thought was the right thing to do as a woman of God. And she's now having to deal with the embarrassment and like being wrong, and also still believing in her faith, but dealing with a mental illness. It's very, very hard to have those different things actually happening, contradicting opinions and lifestyles of like mental illness and religion, and then still be like, but yeah, we're all Christian and that's the right way to live, when it's not working out for her family. She's probably really fucking embarrassed. Since he's been out, he's now medicated, but has a new obsession with religion. He posts all day, every day on his IG story, from criticizing the church to saying the government is going to stage a fake coming of Jesus. Charlie Kirk. I actually agree with him. I'm like on the side of your brother-in-law. I'm like, yeah, of course. Have you seen the AI videos of Charlie standing with Peter Paul? Like, it's like actually crazy, and people being like,
Jesus like hugging him. He's like wearing an American flag shirt.
Literally, I saw something the other day say like, just wait. Right after Charlie died, they were like, just wait in 3 days when he wakes up. I was like, you guys are sick.
Oh my God.
I know. To UFO stuff. It sounds like he lost his mind, but still is now like, now I'm open to aliens. You know, that's fun. He told me recently that he attracts owls. Okay, I'm actually kind of loving your. I'm like loving your brother-in-law. He's waking up. Okay, I love that. He's becoming more spiritual. He's like, I attract owls now. This is incredible. You're like saying he's deranged. I'm like, no, he was deranged before. He now has a problem with religion and attracts owls, like the spiritual king that he is. And you said this wasn't a fun email. This is one of the best emails I've ever gotten. Okay. He said that he can now read Greek. Ariel, you have to meet him. Ariel's Greek. Wait, this is incredible. And reads original transcripts of the Bible. Avi, not true. Why are you saying it's not true? Yeah, he could. Maybe he can. He had this psych break, and now, you know when people like wake up from surgery and they have like an Irish accent? Maybe this is what happened to him. He like something broke. Yeah, people like wake up from surgery. I think they're faking it, but like, or they now do.
Isn't that if they get like an Irish person's like liver? Do you know what I mean?
Probably, yeah. But I also think there's something kind of beautiful about this fact that he kind of like lost it. Now he's like, I can read, but maybe this is a past life coming through. Heard it in a past life. Maggie Rogers. He can now read Greek, and he knows what the Bible is because he read. I'm like loving this. My sister said he has never physically hurt her. That's great. We have seen him yell at her too before all this, though. None of his posts have mentioned him being God, but the obsession is concerning. My main concern is, what if this obsession gets out of hand? It probably will, which is very, very scary. You can't force your sister to leave him or do anything. Unfortunately, no. You don't already agree with her lifestyle. The way your sister looks at you is that you are a sinner and that you are against her and her religion, regardless if she tells you that or not. That is probably how she feels. She probably thinks she's the black sheep of the family because she's like the religious one. And so you are not somebody she's ever going to really confide in and tell those secrets to, because she doesn't trust you. And I understand that you have a genuine concern for her, but like you said, you guys aren't close. So as sad as that is, unfortunately, you are not going to be the person that your sister calls, because you are not somebody who's ever respected her religion. That's just how it is. My main concern that what if this gets out of hand? My sister is very religious, and I'm sure she takes him criticizing her church religion to heart. She works there, and all of her friends are from the church. Her life is basically centered around it. What if one day he loses it because he continues to take the kids there? I don't know. My mind goes to the worst place with it. What if God tells him to do something to hurt my sisters or niece? I'm just really concerned for their well-being, and I don't know how to get through to her. Yeah. That is very, very scary. Like Andrea Yates killed all 5 of her children. I used to watch she had those really greasy bangs, and back in the day, she like drowned all 5 of her children. She lined them all up in the bed. I used to watch the True Hollywood story about her. Yeah, she lost her mind and God told her to do it. And then actually I think her husband ended up dating Natalie Holloway's mom, which is interesting. For no other reason other than the fact that, they were both survivors of something horrific. I don't have any advice to tell you what to. There's unfortunately when you're dealing with people who are hyper religious like this, especially when their religion tells them they need to stay in their relationship and you are supposed to be like submitting to your husband, it's very, very hard to get through to her, and just hope that she has that those girls and those people in the support at the church are supportive and can help her. Luckily, people in church love to help people, though. So, like, if she really needs help, she probably can go right to the church, because I don't think she'd come to you. I feel like I can't talk to my sister about it. I've tried to check in on her, and the convos are super short because she doesn't trust you. Maybe the last time I asked about him on the phone, she shut the convo down really quick, just said that the recovery is going to be a long journey. I'm also scared that if she's were to leave, I don't see that happening anytime soon, that he would hurt or stalk her. I don't know what to do in this situation. How can I be there for her and not intrude? I want her to be able to talk to me. Maybe if you really, really want her to trust you, be there for you, you say you guys aren't close, go undercover. No, I mean this. Maybe if she does not trust you because she is religious and she probably thinks that you're living a poor life, go to church with her. Start going to church. Yeah, it's your Sunday. It's also your sister's life. Go do so. We all want people to understand us without trying to understand themselves. You look at your sister being like, she's really religious, she's crazy, she's in this bad thing, but you're unwilling to go do the thing that she loves the most. That's why she doesn't trust you, because she's in an ideology in a cult that tells her like this is the only correct way to live, and that you in your like destructive lifestyle would try to ruin her and her kids' life and reputation. You want her to trust you? Go to church with her. Play the long game. Every Sunday, be like, I'm kind of interested in church. Can I come with you? Use that. Just go see what it's all about. Don't get religious. Don't be stupid about it and fall for it too. I don't want you and you have some weak mind, but maybe go and see. I understand you guys aren't close, but if you're this worried about your sister, she's never going to trust you unless you start going into the fucking hen house. Go to church with her at least once a month. Like, spend some time in her realm, see her friends, see who she talks to, see what her life looks like with the kids, her support system outside of your family that she clearly doesn't have and has kind of found refugee in the church. Go with her.
Yeah, or just like lunch or something. I don't know.
She's not going to go to lunch. She's going to you go to lunch with her sinner sister? Go to church. Another side note, my boyfriend and I are currently raising 3 orphaned kittens. Oh, aren't you Christ-like? He found them when they were a few days old and is very attached to them. My sister has been asking to have one for my niece once they get old enough to give them away. My boyfriend is horrified to give them one just in case James decides to do something crazy one day and sacrifice it or something.
Yeah,
This
don't do it.
Yeah, I know, but at the same time,
just say you found a home for some already, like someone that was already inquiring.
Well, there's a million cats. Everybody can do that. That's crazy. And give her a cat. It's fine.
I have too much anxiety for that.
I know. I guess, yeah, you're right. Sacrifice it or something. This scares me too, and I don't want to rob my niece of ever having a pet. I know you like pics, so here's a pic of me and my man slightly above dick size. So funny to be like, I'm really worried about my sister. My man has a fucking above average cock. I know that has nothing to do with this story, but it is as requested. Oh, wow. Okay, so first off, I want to say this. You're absolutely gorgeous. That color green dress is so your color. Your man is handsome AF. You would find me on my knees in front of him. You would. Your sister looks religious. She does. Her man, I'm going to say this you should be actually scared. I'm going to be real with you. Not even like in a funny way. This is this is very you and your boyfriend are so cute. Oh my god, and the kittens. Your boyfriend's like a little sweet boyfriend with his above average cock. Oh my god. Your boyfriend, her husband looks like he will kill the family.
Can I see?
Yeah. So number one, look at the kittens. Look how pretty they are and their friends.
Aw.
This is her husband. What's he gonna do? He's going to hurt that family. You need to start going to church and get infiltrated because he actually looks like somebody who, and not to be like disrespectful, he looks like somebody who believes that he's God. I'm very, very nervous. Now seeing the picture of him, I'm very, very more nervous for your sister. I would say try to become close with her, to try to reason with her, because right now she doesn't trust you. Start going to church with her. I know you don't believe it. You don't have to, but maybe just spending some time in her arena will really help, because the picture you sent of him from his Instagram story, I'm nervous. He looks like a school shooter. He looks like a guy who.
Yeah, no, you're right.
No, like he cult like. He looks like
that on his story. That picture.
I think this is a video of him talking about God in the church. He looks like Charles Manson. Also, she said thanks and can't wait for the show. Also, congrats, Josh and Ariel.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, that's so sweet. You're so sweet. And I really hope everything works out with you and your sister. It is a really, really tough, but thank you for emailing in. I'll see you at my show. I hope that you said hi. I'm sure we'll talk about this. You have a very interesting name. So I love your name actually, but it's not interesting. It is a cool name, but I'm sure I'll remember you. Hopefully you come and say hi after the show. Okay. Love you so much. What are we at time-wise?
An hour.
Oh, okay. Then we're going to end. We're going to move over to the Patreon because I have the rest of the emails to get through. But thank you for writing that email. Guys, write more like thoughtful emails like this girl. Okay, God, some of yours like my boyfriend sucks. It's like, yeah, no shit. Okay, great. Great. We'll see you over at the Patreon, patreon.com/feelingirlie. And we love you guys so much. Bye.